that knows me knows that I don't start any really good training without singing a song. All right, so if you know it, you can sing along with me, and I hope you all are. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. I'm alive, alert, awake. I'm awake, alert, alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. Give yourself a hand. All right. We needed that after lasagna and lots of bread. All right, so I'm excited to be training today on one of my favorite topics, which is team building. And I know we can all agree that the B is the key. Can I have you all scream, the B is the key? The B is the key! That was so important to me when I started growing my business. Some of you heard me say last night, I was in the business 7 years before I decided to take it seriously, and that was just 3 years ago. And in the last 3 years, I've been able to come off public aid. I've been able to get out of debt. I've been able to buy a home. And yes, it all came with growing my faith and believing in what Mary Kay Ash started with this company, living your life in the order of God, first, family, second, career, third, and truly having that 3-foot rule, sharing this opportunity with everybody who's within 3 feet of you. And so part of that comes with being intentional. Of course, you're going to book your appointments. You're going to start with skincare in the most part and get the products on them so that you can open the line of communication for sharing the opportunity. But it doesn't always have to be in that order either. I know national sales directors that I've heard speak about joining the company without even trying the product yet, knowing that the marketing plan is just genius. And if I were not intentional, I didn't find out I was training on this until this afternoon, so if I weren't intentional, I wouldn't already have tools to show you, because I carry these tools with me everywhere. I have recruiting packets that include a paper contract and the flyer from the company that shows the different reasons why people start a Mary Kay business. We have our steps to success and our inventory options, and then of course I always add my little don't look away card. I also carry with me at all times a little follow sheet on, this is just a little laminated sheet on Mrs. Cab. If you've heard of Mrs. Cab, those are the 6 reasons why women or men choose a Mary Kay opportunity. Money, recognition, self-esteem and personal growth, cars, advantages and advancements, and being your own boss. And so when you're speaking with a person about the Mary Kay opportunity, you have to find what is their why. Why is it that they want a Mary Kay opportunity? When I asked my beauty consultant if I could join her team, because she had never shared the opportunity with me, it was because I was a broke single mom and I couldn't afford the product anymore. My face looked a mess. And so I just wanted to be able to get a discount, and that's what I did for 7 years. And so you can't discount those people that need a discount. They could turn into a pink Cadillac director in your team. Because after 9 years with my corporate job, being a single mom for 14 and a half years, I lost that job. So this became my why. I had heard enough stories in Mary Kay over the 7 years to know that there were women making 6 figures in this business. So I didn't want to go back out to corporate America that told me how many days I got to grieve my mother after she passed away. I wanted to be able to spend that time with her and with my family, right? So some of the things that hold us back in this, in sharing the opportunity, it could be you're worried about what they're going to think of you instead of what you can do to help them, what you have as an opportunity to help them. Or you're worried about them saying no, but you have to think about, what if they said yes? What if they're at home praying for an opportunity that's going to change their life? And so, quick story, one of my most recent recruits, Irene, is a nurse who decided that she needed to help people plan for their future. So she decided to switch careers and become a lawyer. So she was a lawyer that I met in my BNI networking group. And I quickly asked her to sit down with me and try the products, and she was all Rodan and Fields. I don't need Mary Kay, right? And so she sat down with me and I just shared my passion. I said, you don't have to switch your products. I just want to share with you what I do. And so she loved them. She became a great repair customer. I have a ton of repair customers. Connie wanted me to comment on this. Don't be afraid to give a repair mini to a targeted market customer. There are so many targeted market. When I say targeted market, these women using Rodan & Fields, Estee Lauder, Lancome, Clinique, that they're already spending tons of money. They don't really want to sit down with you and hear what you have to say. But if you get the product on their face for a full week, that's $17.50 out of your pocket, and you're going to gain a customer that's buying a $205 set every 4 to 6 months. I have over 100 customers on repair right now. And the company made it a Section 1 product. So you're getting Section 1 credit for buying these minis and giving them away. I don't care. I'll give them away all day long, and my girls know it. Yes, so don't be so stuck on calling her back over and over and over again to get her sit down. That's great. If I can't sit down with you, can I get your commitment to just using it for a week at home in your own time? And just give me your feedback on it. That's all I ask. I'm going to have some questions for you when you're done. Okay, that's selling though. So you want to find the reason to sit down with them. Some of the things that hold you back, you don't want to hear no. What if they quit and sell back their stuff? Well, if you're stuck on one person that quit, then you're not asking enough people, because there's so many people out there that won't quit. You have to talk to the many to find the few that are going to talk to the many to find the few. So know your numbers of what sharing is about, okay? I'm not going in any kind of order, so I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but I want you to know your numbers. If you're sharing the opportunity with 5 to 10 people a week, you're going to recruit 1 to 2 people within that week, which is going to be 4 to 8 people within a month. A sharing appointment is 20 to 30 minutes of your day. Okay, so we're talking about 3 to 5 hours of work a week. That's it. And they're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. And at the end of every sharing appointment, I say, now who do you know that would give me 20 or 30 minutes of their time just so that I can share what I'm passionate about? And when I met my first mentor in this company, after I had decided to grow my faith, and that's a whole other story in itself, but literally within 3 weeks, I was introduced to this woman that said, if you're serious about this, why don't you interview one person every single day? Because the only way that you're going to grow is if you share this opportunity. And I took her so literally that that's exactly what I started doing. In less than 5 months after meeting her and starting that, I was a sales director and earned my first free car. 3 months later, earned my second free car, and a year later, earned the Cadillac. Because I decided to share the opportunity with every single person I was talking to. So that's going to get you a gold medal. If you're focused on your gold medal every month, 5 new team members, a third of them are really going to do something with their business. So you'll end up with your 2 qualifieds every month, and you're never going to miss that Diamond Bumblebee. And so that was the start of my journey, where I had earned my first Bumblebee and became a sales director. Went to a seminar that year, really excited. I was in the top 10 at Go Give for sharing for the seminar. And I said, I'm going to do it bigger and better next year. I offspring my first director in 11 months, and I just kept sharing and kept building and kept growing, and that's when I earned the Cadillac. And it was like, as soon as I earned the Cadillac, my director stepped down, and everybody stopped working. And I let that stop me. And I realized in April of last year, well, actually, I realized it in March, that something was wrong, because I wasn't on target for everything like I was the year before when I did my triple star. In the first year being a sales director, I hit everything, like Connie was saying, like if they offer me jewelry, I'm going to earn it. So I went to new director training, and I decided to really feed into the legacy of Mary Kay and why she started this company and why we do what we do. And I made up my mind to get to work that day. And so everything takes 90 days. When you make a decision, 90 days later, your situation will be completely different. And so that was April, May, and June. By June, I had momentum going, but I was still 11 qualifieds away from my Diamond Bumblebee this past June. And I brought every single 11 qualifieds in the last 10 days of the seminar. So that goes goes back to the notebooks. Who have you planted seeds with? Who have you shared your passion with? Who have you followed up with? Because every 6 months, their situation has changed. Have you shared with them why you want them on your team? I didn't want them on my team to earn the Diamond Bumblebee. I wanted them on my team so they could save money, so they can make money, so they can earn a free car, so they could have a positive sisterhood, so they could have a prayer warriors behind them, whatever it is, whatever their reason is for joining this business, you gotta find that and speak that into them. So, let me just, who's on your heart? What is their why? Remind the ones that are on your heart why they're on your heart, and even if it's every month, I have women that, now Irene, I never even finished my story about Irene. Okay, I saw a squirrel. So, Irene became a great repair customer, and I opened a studio, and she decided that she was going to move to Kentucky. I live here in Florida. And I said, well, you can't move to Kentucky without seeing my studio. We're doing a brow clinic. Can you come, or brush clinic. Sharita was teaching it before she moved away and moved to Dallas. Everybody moves away. So Irene was getting ready to move away, and she saw the bigger picture because all she had at that point was a single facial. And so anyway, she's like, wow, this is really fun, and I could save 50%, and I think I'm going to do it, Christy. I'm going to join your team. And I'm going to save 50% because I'm a repair customer and this just makes sense. I said, that's awesome. So we signed her up right on the spot. And the next day, she called me and she said, you know what? I'm thinking this is a great way to make friends. Now, I moved here 4 years ago from Chicago, and I didn't know anybody. We had no family, no friends. I moved here as a red jacket and built a Cadillac unit here. So you don't have to know anybody to start your business. Get out there and get leads. Work a farmer's market. That's what got me through DIQ. So she said, I'm going to make friends. I'm going to start with a part-time store. I'm going to do an 1800. I said, that's awesome. So then the next day I call her. I said, let's get that order in. Let's get together and start talking about that. And she was crying. And I said, what's going on? And she said, I just found out that I have to wait 4 years to practice my law in Kentucky. And I said, or Tennessee, sorry. And I said, well, you have a Mary Kay business. So that's great. Now you have another outlet. You have something else to do. And she said, you know what, you're right. I do have a Mary Kay business and I can become a sales director. And I said, yes, you can. So she got a $3,600 store and decided to start being a sales director. And this woman has been rocking it while working her law practice here in Florida and building a customer base out in Tennessee. And you have no excuses. It's just about scheduling your time. She actually has 3 businesses because she's also a mentor for lawyers. So you can do whatever you put your mind to, but if I didn't continue to ask Irene, and I took it as a no because she's a lawyer, and she was very transparent with us. She looked at me and said, I'm a lawyer, I don't sell lipstick. But now she sees herself as a national sales director on the seminar stage because she made the decision to go. And I had the boldness to tell her to go. All right. Gold medal, gold medal, gold medal. The B is important. Make others feel important. And pass it on. I mean, Mary Kay just said pass it on. That's all she ever asked from us. So I take that very seriously about passing on the opportunity. I have an interview sheet that is very easy to follow. The company has an app that's very easy to follow. You just talk to them and find out what their goals are, what their dreams are. How am I on time? I have 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Do your holiday thing too while you're doing this?
My holiday sales?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Do that, tie that into your file.
Oh, sure.
So you're finished with that because you tap dance?
Yes.
Yes. I love to sing and I love to dance. I'm not good at dancing, and I may not be the best at singing, but I love it because it makes people feel special. So I love my holiday open house. I started my holiday open house here in Florida knowing nobody and sitting on the phone calling all of my Chicago customers. I still have all them and all my Chicago team members, and I've grown all over the United States. And that's the biggest sale I have of the year. I spoil my customers on their birthday month, and I spoil them on my holiday open house. And they know that, and I talk about it at every single appointment I hold throughout the year. So they are looking forward to November. I do it when my husband goes hunting, so I don't have to worry about boys. I just have the pretty house, right? Well, this year we're doing it in our studio. So You want it to look pretty and you want to have the baskets, and that's all great. But the most important part is, have you invited them like 5 different ways? Who have you invited? And when you're calling, so you're sending out a paper invite, you're sending out a text, you're sending out an email, you're creating a Facebook event, and then you're getting on the phone and you're calling every single person. And when they say, I definitely want to order that day, don't forget about me, start that list, because when there's no guests walking through your open house, you're on the phone talking to those people who really wanted to save money. This last year, in the 1.5 days that I had my holiday open house, I sold over $6,000 in product. And
you didn't have it all.
Thank you. And within that month, within November and December, I sold over $10,000 personally in product. People love this product, and I'll tell you, maybe 3 people bought gifts. They were buying for themselves. They were stocking up for themselves because they love a bargain. And you're getting them on something consumable. So yes, they took it as a discount in that moment, but they're gonna come back because they're gonna wash that product on the sink every morning and every night, and they're gonna come back and they're gonna buy more. And they're gonna gratefully pay me the full price, or they're gonna join my team, because I like to tell the people who are truly on my heart how much I make off of them with every sale that they give me. Thank you so much, I just made like $55. Do you know that if you were on my team, you've heard me say this, if you were on my team, you know this would only cost you $55, and they laugh and they give me full price. Or they go, that's enough, Christy. Brittany was at an appointment with me, and this woman I had asked maybe 6 times, because I love her and her energy, and she's perfect for Mary Kay. She truly has the heart of Mary Kay. And I had asked her so many times, I hadn't asked her yet at this appointment I was going to, but she knew I was going to. She's like, okay, Christy, stop asking, I'll join your team. I'm gonna join your team, and I'm just gonna get the discount though, so don't ask me to sell it, but where do I go to sign up a website? Like literally in the same breath. I'm like, so you want a website? Because that means you're gonna sell. And she's like, okay, I'll sell a little bit. But I really just want the discount. Before I know it, she's, trying to earn her pearls, she's booking a facial, and I knew it. I knew when she finally made that decision, But it's our job to talk that belief into them and to really let them know why they need Mary Kay and why Mary Kay needs them. There are people that need Mary Kay, and I was a person that needed Mary Kay because I couldn't afford it. But then there's people that Mary Kay needs, those bold leaders that are going to move on to be directors and national sales directors. So your vision may not be to even be in your red jacket, to not earn a car, to not be a director, but your job may be to bring in the next national sales director. So who do you know that Mary Kay needs? There was a national that was retiring a couple of years ago, brought up her red jacket recruiter. And because that red jacket had the boldness to share the opportunity with this woman, she changed thousands of lives because she offered the opportunity. You don't have to be a director to change thousands of lives. You just need to bring one in. Bring in a national. We have like 45 nationals retiring in the next 5 years. The Go Give area is 80% of this company right now. We need nationals to step up. So, I'm one of them. Mark Bowers!